Welcome back to our channel. Today we are going over some of our 2021 goals. We all wrote down a couple that we have for the new year. We just feel like since it's a new year, we can think about what we want to do differently this year or things we want to start.
New me.
New year, new me. Or just even things you just want to like continue, because some of them don't even have to be like new things. It's just like, I want to stick to this that like you've already been doing. So we're gonna go ahead and go through each of our goals. We're each gonna share 5. So let's get started. Who wants to share their first goal?
I can. I feel like I do this kind of already, but to try to wake up earlier in the morning, like before I go to school, so that I can like do my devotions more, like and not feel like I have to rush before I go to school. So I feel like that's something I want to get better at, because I just like turn off my alarm and I just, but I want to get up earlier so that I have more time to do that.
You just feel less rushed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think everybody would love to start the morning nice and slow, but
That just doesn't seem to happen.
it's just so unrealistic. It's like, when you see in the movies where they're like waking up and it's already like bright outside and they just like
Time
sit
to go
down
to school.
and,
Let's eat our waffles.
yeah, they like make a feast for breakfast, or like zombies getting out
What
of bed,
is
just
this?
like wandering out of the house.
Well, that's my goal.
That's a great goal. That's a good one. I didn't think of that.
Mine is also, mine's similar to Camille's first goal. I literally wrote down for my number 1 is start every day with Jesus.
That's my goal.
I feel like you guys are really good about like staying on your
That's
like
a goal that I met
devotion.
this year. in
Yeah,
2020.
that's what
Like that was one of my goals of 2020 that I actually met, which has never happened to me before.
Yeah, like I feel like you guys are just really good at like sticking to your routines with your devotion and reading your stuff and writing everything down. And I feel like I will like get into a routine. I'll like stick to it for a couple weeks, especially like over the summer I had a really good routine. And then like when things start to get busy, I always fall out of it. So I still have like 2 devotions I need to finish from previous years that I just never finished. And it's my goal to like finish them this year and to actually get up and do that in the mornings.
Like
if I'm not rushing.
on my bed and
You
then
look like
get
ketchup
back
and
in bed.
mustard. Ketchup, mustard, and mayonnaise.
Oh.
Mayo.
We look like condiments.
I should be wearing green, like relish. All right, well, my first one to go with the theme is to rely more on the Lord. Because I feel like last year I worked really hard to like strengthen that relationship, and I still don't feel like it's perfect. So I still want to get closer, but I don't feel like there's a lot of things that I still cling to really tightly that I won't release. And so I just want to try it. And I'm not sure what that looks like, but that's something that I would like to try to do. So
Yeah. I feel like that's true for a lot of people.
just reliance, not on myself.
Yeah. Next one is to just work out more. Like I don't really have like a good schedule, just like when I have time, I will do it. I don't have a specific like amount of times a day, but just to like not like make excuses and be like, it's too late. Like, just be real and be like, let's do this.
Yeah, that's a good one. And you go to dance multiple
I
nights
wish
a
that
week.
could be my goal.
Yeah.
So like between dance and like field hockey, like that is working out. Okay, my next number I'm sharing is read at least 6 books. I made this goal for myself. I was looking back. I didn't write down 2019 goals, but I have 2018 goals in here. And one of my goals of 2018 was read some amount of books. But I think back to this past year and I think I read like 4 or 5, which like isn't a lot compared to some people. Like these 2, I feel like always outread me. But okay, read 3 books back in 2018. So like
You're upping the ante.
I'm upping the ante. This past year I think I read like 4 or 5, so I'm just making it 6 just because I want it to be even more. But like obviously I'm in school and I have to like do a lot of reading for that too, so sometimes I don't always get around to it every single week.
Yeah.
But I just want to like get into just sitting down, giving myself that time, and like not making excuses of like, oh, I'm too busy, but just like sitting down, because I love the books that I read. Sometimes I just get too lazy with them.
I have that like same exact goal, but I didn't give it a number. I just said more because I didn't check here. I found out I kept a list last year for the first time and it was 13. So as long as I read 14,
That's
I feel like I'm setting myself up for failure though, because already I'm behind. Like last winter break, I read so much and did like nothing but read. And this winter break, I didn't read a single page of like anything. So We'll
But
see.
it's
We'll
just
see
now
if I meet that
2021.
goal. Yeah, that's true.
It's
I would
January
love
10th.
to read that goal, but just like Corinne, I always make excuses about why I shouldn't. Like, there's always something better I could be doing. So I need
I
to.
make time every day to read.
Camille's really
Yeah,
good about
Camille's
that.
really good about that.
My next one is to not be on my phone as much. I feel like the past like 6 months I've been getting better at that. Like I've been setting a limit. Like I don't want to just be like when I'm sitting down and like in the car or something, just like scrolling through like
Just because.
social media. And like I'm trying to be better at like saving that. I'll like give myself like 10 minutes a day just to like scroll or something like that. And then I'll not do that like the rest of the day. Like obviously like you'll answer like text messages and stuff, but not just like scrolling through just like
Social
random-
media.
Yeah, I'll
That
give
being
myself
like your backup for free time.
that used to be like my backup to like when I was bored, but now I'm just like, let's just sit here and do nothing for like you don't need to be doing something all the time.
I literally had like that exact same thing written down, and I feel like I fall into that trap too. It's like when you feel like there's nothing better to do or you're just bored for 2 seconds, you just automatically click on Instagram just to look at it, even though nothing new is on there, which is such a bad habit to get into. And I also like set myself a time limit, and that also goes into my number 5. I actually said put my phone away at 9 p.m., which I feel like I've been, I feel like I've been good at. Like so far, I just wrote all these goals down on like Monday, so it's only been like a week, but I've stuck to these for this week so far, so 1 week in. But yeah, just sitting my phone down at 9 p.m. Like I put limits on my social media too throughout the day, but it's also just like not good for you to try to go to sleep while like right
I'm really bad at
after.
that.
Yeah, right after you're staring at your phone. And I got into like such a routine of catching up, watching my YouTube videos right before I went to bed, and laying in bed at night watching 1 or 2 YouTube videos before I fell asleep. And that's just such a bad habit to get into. So I said 9 p.m. I don't usually go to bed till 10 or 11. So that gives me 1 or 2 hours that like I just don't want to be on my phone. That doesn't mean like I won't like answer a text if Jason's texting me or whatever, but I'm just trying not to like sit there on my phone and either watch YouTube videos, scroll through social media, and just be on it for no reason. So I literally set an alarm or like a reminder on my phone that goes off every single night at 9 that says set your phone down, set your alarm for the next morning, just so I don't like forget to wake up for school or something. But like set your phone down, set your alarm, and just chill out for the rest of the night. We're like all tied in here. Yeah, like a little similar, but a little different.
I didn't set that one. I should set that one. I'm more about it at night. When I was in college, I feel like this is something that college kids always do when we actually went to class, is like when you're sitting outside of class, like waiting for the professor before you to be done, or whenever you're sitting like doing homework at the library, like instead of just sitting and being and like people watching, you look around and every single person, instead of like making eye contact with the person next to them, is like on their phones. It's the same thing if you're like waiting for a table at dinner, or if you are like, we don't take public transit, but like waiting on your bus or waiting on the like for whatever you might be waiting for. I feel like everybody's constant social anxiety is just like get on
your phone.
like don't make eye contact. Nobody else exists.
Like you can't just like stand there and just like
You can't just
act
be
normal.
and like people watch. And so that's something that I broke the habit of that in college, because that just made me more social with the person around me, asking about whatever, or just like sitting and watching and being more aware of my surroundings. And so I don't feel like I'm as bad with that in that way, but I always am on my phone to go to sleep, which is not good. I didn't make that goal, but I should have. My next one is to just be a better listener. I don't know what that looks like for me, but that's something I've been praying about for the last few months, and I don't know. I just feel like there's certain situations where I don't know if it's just my brain is going too fast, but I'll like come out of a conversation and be like, man, I can't tell you one thing that like that other person said, because I was so worried about what I wanted to get across.
Yeah.
And I guess that just goes into, in general, just like putting others first, not being so focused on what I would like to accomplish, but focusing on like that. So
My next one was kind of like Corinne's. It was just to like go to bed earlier in general. I feel like I go upstairs to go to bed, and like I get in bed at like at 11, but then I spend the next 30 minutes like on my phone. So I feel like if I would just like go upstairs to go to bed earlier, and then kind of like she said, that wasn't part of my goal, but I could probably do that, just not be on my phone right before I go to bed.
And you'll like realize
I'll get
how
more
weird it
sleep.
feels. Like
Yeah.
I literally go upstairs and like brush my teeth and lay in bed, and I'm like,
now what do I do?
Yeah.
Now what do I do? Am I supposed to fall asleep right now? Like it is so bad.
Yeah, it is. Wow.
Yeah.
Ah.
That's a great goal.
So
I'm gonna add that. I'm gonna make 6 goals.
We're making goals for each other. My number 11 is wash my face every night. Calissa is so good at this, and I am a sucker. Like, I know this is so bad, but I'm a sucker of just like going to bed with my makeup on, which is terrible for your skin. And I also like don't have a cleanser that I love or any routine that I really love, but in general, before I go to bed, I want to just take my makeup off and rinse my face with some warm water. I have like a little something that I put on my face that like helps with acne, and just put that on there and just go to bed with a clean face, because if I don't have this goal, I will, like, I get tired at night and I just go straight to bed and I will leave like my mascara and everything on there. And it's just not a good habit to get into, and I've always been in the habit of doing that. And so I simply want to just take my makeup off every night and feel a little bit more clean.
One thing that you should do to help you keep this goal is get a white pillowcase. Because that will, when you see it getting like really grimy, it'll like make you be like, oh man, I need to make sure I wash my face so that I don't get my makeup on my pillowcase.
Yeah, that's
That was
a good
one thing
idea.
that
I like
helped me. I just found Curology this year. Wish we were
Shout out to
sponsored. Sponsor us. And I like love it. And that's not to say that my face is perfect. Like I still have bumps and stuff that I wish would go away, and like pimples every now and then, but it just makes me feel clean. It's fast. It's like very lightweight. There's some things that feel like you have like a ton of crap on your face, but
I can't stand keeping makeup on my face. Like as soon as
She's
this
obsessive
video is
about
over,
it.
I will literally take off my makeup.
Yeah, like she takes it off in the middle of the day just because she doesn't want it on. Whereas like I'll keep this on for the rest of the
I'll
day,
keep mine on the rest
and
of
you
the
might
day.
see me tomorrow
Like,
morning.
I'm not gonna do anything. I'll like, where am I? What do I do? Nothing.
And even when I don't have makeup on, like I haven't worn makeup for days before this, but even before I went to bed, I still like rinse my face off and, you know, wash it up a bit, because
Same.
sometimes you just get a little sweaty and grimy during the day. And if you don't shower right before bed, you feel a little gross.
Yeah.
So
my number 4 is to keep my house clean and decluttered. So I feel like
That's a good one.
moving in, I feel like it's like a blank slate. I don't have, there's really nothing in here that I feel like is useless. Everything that I have.
I heard that.
Probably, was it Lainey?
No.
That sounded like it was outside.
Yeah. Oh, I bet it was my neighbor truck. Is
I
that
heard
it
it
again?
again.
Anyway, I feel like everything as of now has a purpose or is being used for something. Like there's not a ton, like I have a lot of papers over on my counter just for moving in that I need to like take care of. I need to sign up for my warranty for all my appliances that came with the house. So all that stuff's sitting there that needs like taken care of. But everything that I have has a place and has a job. And I want to keep that. Like,
I love that.
I feel like once you, I mean, I don't know. I've had a house for like a week. So I feel like, but I already feel the pressure. I should have X, Y, and Z. Now that I have X, Y, and Z, where do I put it? Or what do I do with it? And so I want to keep not having useless junk.
This is like kind of broad, but like I don't really know. It's just like to not stress out as much and like just kind of trust God with like more things. Like I feel like I just have a lot of like stress about just like literally anything. Like I just
Art
like
class.
yeah, like just anything and everything I'll just stress about, and like I've been better at it the past like year or so about just slowing down and being like, this really doesn't matter. It's fine. But I just want to like continue doing that and getting better at that.
Yeah, I wrote down something similar that was just like, be more in the moment. Don't think so much about the future and tomorrow and a week from
Take
today.
it like day by day.
Yeah, like simply just think about like what you're doing right now and what you need to do right now, because like nothing else has happened yet. It doesn't matter. Just, yeah, relaxing a little bit.
Oh man, there's something good on my phone I want to read. Let me find it. Okay, I found it. Everything is on my phone and I need to keep finding it. So I saw this post the other day by Ben Stewart, who is one of the pastors for Passion City Church, and he quoted a letter that Jim and Elizabeth Elliott wrote to each other. And honestly, I don't know who those people are, but I probably should find out. Apparently they wrote a book or something, and they wrote letters to each other before they were married. And this doesn't have as much to do with stress, but I feel like it has more to do with just like what you guys were saying, like looking toward the future instead of being in the present. And I think that I didn't make this goal, but this should definitely be one that I should make that goes along with like what you were saying. Not so much about stress, because I don't feel like I get stressed as easily, but I don't get stressed about stuff that's going on now. I get stressed about big life things like getting married and my job. Like, I don't know. It's
Just about that too.
right. Like
I'm
having
17.
kids, like all that stuff. Anyway, and the quote says, don't let your longing slay your desire for living. And so like whatever it is that you're hoping is works out fine, that you're stressed about, or whatever it is that you're like wanting to happen already, like don't let that ruin your living today.
Yeah, because I feel like we just get in the habit, and like it's good to be planners and it's good to be prepared and like think ahead, but sometimes you can just get sucked into the trap of like that's all you do. All you do today is plan for tomorrow or the future, and then you just don't even live today.
I feel like that's like what I do. Like I'm such a planner.
Yeah,
like, I'm such
I feel like we all are. I feel like we all just plan, and we have planners, and we write in our planners.
And I just like try to like take control of like everything.
We're getting sucked into the rat race, but we're not rats.
I'm
Get
not
out of the
that.
rat race. You're not a rat.
And then my last one I feel like is really good for me. I wrote drink a full cup of water every morning.
That's what my sixth one was gonna be.
That's a good one.
I will sometimes, it's not that I don't drink water, that's pretty much all I drink. Like we're not big soda drinkers or like we don't drink anything else. That's all I drink, but I just don't drink anything.
She just doesn't drink.
It will literally be like,
She'll literally make herself pass out.
I forget.
She just won't drink.
I literally like, it'll be 9 p.m. and I'll be like, I forgot to drink anything today. And then I will need to go chug some water. Or like, I will literally get like massive headaches and be like, it's because I didn't drink
Like, have you
anything.
drinking anything today?
Yeah, because I wrote this goal. I woke up this morning, I walked downstairs, I got a cup. I mean, I don't know how big this cup is. It's just like one of our bigger cups in the house. And I just fill it completely with water. And my goal is to just like force myself to drink it all morning.
You
and
need
like,
to get her like a water bottle that she can like carry around with herself everywhere.
I know they have those water bottles that say the times on
That'd
them.
be so fun.
And I'm like, I need that because I could look at that and be like, it's 8 a.m. I need to drink this much. So
Your body is like, help.
shriveling up. Drink water.
My last one kind of goes along with what Camille was saying, but my last one is to just keep boundaries with work or even set boundaries with work. I don't feel like I'm terrible at this. I won't say no to something because I have to do work. I just feel like, especially right now with all the COVID stuff going on and even just being a new teacher, like last year was my first year, I just get really sucked into like, I get home from an 8-hour day and then I work till I fall asleep and then I wake up and do it again. Unless I stop to like go watch The Bachelor or like play games with them or whatever. Like unless I'm doing something else, I'm working. And so I feel like I just need to set more boundaries with myself. If I stick to my time, my hours are 8:10 to 3:40. I mean, that's just absolutely absurd. I get to work every day at like 7:30 and I leave at like 4 and then I come home and I do more work. I want to give everything that I have to my students like every day. Like that's the reason that I want to do my job, is because I want them to be successful, but I also can't like kill myself. So I just need to set more boundaries of like, at this time of night, regardless of what you don't have done or you don't have finished, like the world will keep spinning and the kids will be okay as long as I'm doing my best. And so, yeah, that's my last one because it's hard.
It's good. And you all said you didn't have any goals. I said, just sit down and think about them. I'm sure you can come up with some.
We're not huge like resolution people.
I just
don't
have
feel
things in my head.
Yeah.
Like,
But we
like,
always
to
have
me-
stuff we want to do, always.
Yeah, but like to me, it being a new year doesn't really matter. It's just
Yeah.
something that signifies like it's a new year. Sit down and
don't
like reflect.
Don't let COVID.
Sit down and reflect on what you want to do this year. But yeah, so we just wanted to sit down and make ourselves some goals, and maybe this encourages some of you to make goals, or maybe you're in similar situations and have some similar goals that we do, because I feel like our goals can be used like by most people. Like I feel like these are pretty general goals that like, yeah, almost anybody can apply to their lives. So hopefully this just encourages you for 2021, and I look forward to just like trying to stick to these. And next year we can look back at this and rewatch this and be like, do we think we did that? Try to hold ourselves accountable.
Test.
Yeah, the true test. Okay, let's take a thumbnail, but I feel like I want to back it up for this because I want to put some stuff around us and I need room.
What just popped?
My knee. I'm gonna try to not change the angle too much, but just back up a little bit.
I feel like it goes that way a little. Like toward me. Oh, yeah.
I don't know what I want to do yet. I feel like I thought about like holding my notebook up, or and like putting stuff around us.
Are we supposed to stop it and start it?
Oh my.
Oh my.
Don't turn your head so much to her side, because then I'm just over here like, keep your head straight. We will go in. No!
Are you kidding?
But then I'm like, trying to fit in.
Yeah, just squeezy squeeze.
Right?
I knew she would say that. With just one side, because I might put something over here. my hand weird.
Stop feeling me up.
Look at the neck.
Oh, goodness.
The daddy long neck.
So thank you guys so much for watching this video today.
Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe.
We hope you have a great week, and
And we'll see you real soon.
Bye guys.